Here are some of the symptoms that the patient of this virus displays. Runny nose, stuffy nose, or sore throat. Very, very similar to flu symptoms. Some patients may experience wheezing as well. Then it may also experience a shortness of breath, usually associated with any respiratory tract infection. Rashes may develop in some specific cases. All this information, remember, is only emerging via social media platforms and reports that are coming out of China, that we are learning and gathering all this information. We know that communication and verifying communication and information coming from China is extremely difficult, next to impossible. But who is really at the most risk from HMPV? Worrisome it is that children aged 5 years or younger are one of the groups. Remember, in India, COVID, this age group is a group that had managed to evade threat from that. Prevalent among elderly individuals as well. People with weakened immunity are the ones who also are at risk, and those undergoing chemotherapy. Basically, anybody who has a reduced immune system and the ability to battle viruses, recipients of organ transplants, yet another people who would fall in that category. Remember, we spoke about comorbidities in case of COVID. They were the people who were more susceptible to contracting this virus. So, do we need to worry about this? Is there something that is remotely similar to coronavirus that is now on the anvil? To help us answer those questions, I'm now joined by Dr. Soumitra Rawat, Chairman and Head of Surgical Gastroenterology at SGR Hospital. 40 days, sir, if I could ask you, a lot of the symptoms that we have described are very similar to COVID, or for that matter, even common flu. How is one to figure out whether they need to go for a test, if there is any test in particular for HMPV?
I think, thank you very much, Priya, for inviting me. Like with any viruses or the change of viruses during the COVID time, I think we need to complete the whole conundrum. We need to see whether there is any change in transmissibility, whether the transmissibility is similar to COVID. That is number one. Number two, we need to see the severity of infection. So severity of infection means how many percentage of patient with this kind of virus is getting very severe symptoms or requiring a ICU. Third thing, we need to also understand what are the implication of this particular virus on the COVID vaccine, which majority of the population have. Fourth thing is the testing. And fifth is a treatment. So I'm pretty sure in due course of time, these 5 things will come, and that is how we will get wiser.
But from whatever information we have right now, sir, do we need to worry at all, or is it something that is endemic to China itself?
I think we need to be cautious. We need not have to have a panic, but we need to be very cautious, and we need to have a look at it at 5 parameters which I talked about. Like in COVID also, initially there was a alpha, beta, gamma, epsilon, delta plus. So there was a mutation there as well. So we need to see that, how this particular virus is behaving, and symptoms are similar to the flu which we commonly see in winters.
Okay, so let's say somebody in my family is exhibiting symptoms of flu. So what should be my course of action from there?
Course of action would be, first of all, the most important thing is take the treatment as you take it for flu. Go and meet your local general practitioner or a physician and see how it behaves. Majority of the time, the common flu or, the influenza virus or any other flu virus, they get better with time. But the most important thing, which you have already mentioned, the important thing are patients who have got a comorbidity, they have to be extra cautious. Those patients who are diabetic or on immunosuppression or old age having other comorbidities, like you mentioned, patient who had a transplant where the immunity is low, those are the patients who need to be extra careful.
And what about children, sir? Because, in both the waves of COVID, we saw that thankfully children were not too much affected, but one of the risk categories in HMPV happened to be children younger than 5 years old.
Absolutely. The risk factors for this particular is children more than 5 years, elderly population, and patient with comorbidities.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that needs to be done when you take care of children? Because if it spreads by coughing and, sneezing and things like that, now it's winter vacation, kids will go out, they will intermingle with other kids. Anything that you would like to advise the parents as a precautionary measure?
I think
masks come out.
Yeah, precautionary measure is like, you used to do for COVID is the same precautionary measure we need to take that, if somebody is symptomatic, try to isolate them. And obviously, if somebody is having a symptoms, it would be advisable to wear the mask and keep them isolated, see their behavior in a day or 2 or 3 days, and majority of time the common flu symptom will settle down in due course of.
Welcome back. And well, viewers, 5 years after the COVID-19 pandemic, which first originated from China once again is witnessing an outbreak of the human metapneumovirus or the HMPV. According to reports and social media posts, hospitals are overcrowded with infected individuals and crematories also overwhelmed. Some social media users, in fact, claim that multiple viruses, including influenza A, HMPV, mycoplasma, pneumonia, COVID-19 are all circulating in China at the same time. There are even claims that China has declared a state of emergency. However, there's no official confirmation to the same. Let's take it point by point. Who is at higher risk given this virus? Young children, older adults, and those with weakened immune systems are at a higher risk of developing severe illness due to HMPV. The next question being asked, what are the complications of HMPV? Sometimes HMPV, viewers, can cause severe illness that might require hospitalization. Bronchiolitis, bronchitis, pneumonia, asthma, and ear infection are a few complications that may develop. What is the HMPV infection to begin with? Let's break down those details. The infection is caused by human metapneumovirus, causes symptoms similar to common cold. That's something you can watch out for. It can sometimes cause pneumonia and bronchitis as well. Children, aged people can get severe symptoms as well, so they need to be a little careful. It also spreads through coughing, sneezing, and shaking hands.